Jamie's too hot in here. Turn the AC up. Jamie, please look up. See if anyone has "Let's Go Champ" tattooed on their belly. See if you can find that, Jamie. Men with crocodile scarring. Jamie, see if you can pull that up. CIA plane crashes in Mexico with tons of cocaine. They overloaded their plane. Jamie, pull up some video of Al Jolson in blackface. So I tweeted something today that somebody tweeted me, or I read that somebody tweeted, so I quoted it, but it wasn't right. God damn it. It was pretty close. That Donald Trump will be 70 years old in 6 days. Is that what it is?
7 months and 6 days.
7 months. 70 years old, 7 months and 6 days. Almost years old, 7 months and 7 days when he becomes a president. And he won by 77 electoral votes from 7 electors.
Wow. Yeah. Happy 7th anniversary of the JRE, too.
This is basically it.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. How crazy is that?
That is crazy.
It's a lot of 7s.
A lot of 7s.
Why are you obsessed with 7s? Like, why is your shirt?
It came from the JRE. One time we were talking about how we were in a simulation theory and how everything's made out of 1s and 0s. And I said something like, I'm going to hack it. I'm ready to start saying 7s or something. I can't even remember what it was, but it's all from that.
So this is your shirt that has all 7s in it?
Yeah, it's all made from 7s.
This is it's just a bunch of different color 7s.
Yeah.
To make the artwork.
And this sweatshirt's the Death Squad 711 shirt.
This is episode 777.
I know.
So I thought it had to be you because of all your 7 references that you threw in all throughout the years.
That number haunts me so bad.
Why?
I don't know. It just comes up so much now.
Okay. Are you sure?
I have a 7 on my shirt. Do you?
I don't know. I might. I don't give a fuck. How about that?
No, you don't. You have a 7 on your hat?
Brian.
How dumb are pigeons, too?
Well, look how little their heads are. Imagine if your head was that little.
Yeah, I guess so. But
yeah, I guess so.
I mean, Zika babies grow up to be pretty smart.
No, we haven't had any.
That's true. Actually, hasn't Zika baby
grown up?
Oh, really?
I don't think so. I mean, not that I've ever heard of. I just made that up.
I think there's actually adult Zika babies.
Are there?
I think so, because I was thinking about making Zika hats for Zika people, so it makes it look like their heads are bigger.
The whole key is to get somebody who spars with you that's not trying to hurt you, but is just trying to grow with you and learn. That's so hard because egos get involved.
Boy George would never hurt you.
What?
Boy George would never hurt you.
Oh, song. All right, that's it.
What? I'm sorry.
Where else are we going to go? No, that looks like he's fully hard. Dude, that guy's giant. He's got a giant dick. Come on, son. You know that shit's real.
You want it to be real.
No. I'm scared.
See, that could just be...
I like how he's got marijuana leaf tattooed right above his dick. Like, what's that supposed to mean?
Yeah.
Smoke it? Smoke it if you got it?
All the hashtags he has on there.
On his body?
No,
This
on the,
dick
on
can
Oh,
the
my
keep
dick.
them
This
edges-
dick will change your life. Drops Mike. Look at his hashtag.
This dick will
game
make you
strong.
restructure your day.
This dick can keep them edges slicked down. This dick can file your nails.
This tongue will make you late for work. Wait.
This dick can be your best friend. This dick can sew in bundles. I'm not sure what that means. If you can, I'll eat your pussy. You can take the whole thing. Can you not? If you can, I'll eat. Hashtag if you can, I'll eat your pussy. Till Scandal comes back on next week.
What the
That's one hashtag. Fuck? He's funny. Hashtag Dick Game Strong.
I love that. So great.
I love this world. Somebody figured out a way to distribute information through fucking pipes and numbers. It's decoded back into letters, 1s and 0s. And this is what it came to. Hashtag Dick Game Strong. You just be dealing with people with problems all the time. I don't think that's a good idea. Just
Problems make
constantly.
your dick soft. That's why.
Is that do they?
Yeah. You
I
know, when
didn't know
someone
that.
tells you their problems, I always feel like if you tell me your problems, you're making my dick soft.
Problems make your dick soft? I've never
Yeah.
heard that
Yeah.
expression before.
Well, I always felt like that when I was dating, you know? It's like you go out with a girl, she starts telling you your problems, you're like, man, you're making my dick soft.
Did you hear about Bowie dying?
Fuck.
What'd you think of him?
I loved him.
Yeah.
I forgive him for dancing in the street
Dancing in the street.
with him and
all
Mick Jagger.
over Chicago.
I forgive them. I forgive them for arguably the most confusing, sexually, at least to a young man. I'm
Yeah.
like, what is happening? Look at what's going on with their butts.
Oh, my.
What's that about? Why'd they freeze frame on that butt? Is that you? Did you do that, Jamie, or is that the actual video? That's how it ends? That's unfortunate.
When you go to whatever is boxing or UFC, the undercard, no one's there. They're all out getting drinks and waiting for the thing that they don't understand to happen that's at the end. So it's dead silent, bingo hall, church silence.
Yeah.
So you can heckle from the back row, but Joe Rogan got a second row. So it's absolutely quiet, and we're in there heckling.
Let me take it from
Try
here.
fucking him in the ass.
No. Let me take it from here
try-
because I wasn't heckling at all. Because Douglas doesn't do marijuana. Joseph does marijuana. Douglas does alcohol. Joseph does marijuana. And Joseph's freaking out because Douglas is heckling
And
the
I'm on
boxing
your
matches,
ticket.
and I'm fucking laughing.
You're the one who brought me in, so I'm kind of your responsibility.
Yeah.
Try making him come. That always knocks me out like a light.
I've been baking bread lately.
Holy shit! Tom
Sourdough
Papa.
bread.
Sourdough bread is very good for you.
It is. Has gluten though.
You know, I can't even ice skate. How about that? I don't
Are you
understand.
serious?
I can't ice skate at all.
What the fuck? I can ice skate incredibly, man. I'm fucking
I can't ice skate.
285 on a good day.
He's
I
good.
had him on the podcast?
Yeah.
No.
No, you did 100% sure.
You thinking of Eddie Huang?
Nope. He came in with Eddie Wong, but Roy Choi is a very famous chef. One of the most famous chefs in LA right now.
What episode was this?
Type in Roy Choi, Joe Rogan. I promise you because I watched it.
Okay.
And I was like,
So he was with Eddie?
yeah.
No?
No, he was. No, I'm 100% certain.
Well, I bet.
Fight.
I bet Google's right.
Nope. I'm 100% certain.
Eddie Wong came in one time with the guy that was in that movie, The Interview.
I'm going to go to the mats on this one.
I'm looking at it right now. I just Googled it.
And you're wrong. I'm really
That was a
let
long
down on
time
the
ago.
internet not backing me up with this Roy Choi thing, and I started to think
It looks-
Jamie's right.
It looks like you're
Well,
right.
I'm pretty sure he's
Wait.
right.
He's not right.
He's right almost all the time. Is that racist?
It might be.
Is that racist? It's just a gong. Can we get away with the gong before anybody gets mad?
David Cho? Is that who you're thinking of?
No, it's Roy Choi.
Bert, Roy Choi was an episode of Getting Dug with High with Horatio Sands.
Horatio and me have often been confused. Racist!
There's no way. Am I thinking of Getting Dug with High?
Yes, you are.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Yo, it happens. It's no big deal. Bert won't admit it. Look at him. Very competitive. Very competitive.
Yeah, it's Getting Dug with High.
You know, an effective dose is 20.
And what is he popping?
Just pop to 200. An effective
And he'll
dose is 20.
drive.
Oh, fuck yeah. He'll drive well.
Yeah, I can't. I can't smoke.
I could
all
eat
night.
three. I could open up with 3 of these. I could open up with 600 milligrams.
That's
And
so
just-
insane.
And just ride out the fucking
600
waves.
You
I
have
go
no
to
idea
fuck-
how insane
I
that
go to
is.
bed at night like a baby. I put that mask on. I sleep like a fucking baby.
So it's just Joey, myself, and the driver. And we get in the car. There's no music on. We're just talking. And we just hit one of those moments. You know when you're on a highway at night and you kind of hit that thing where it's like everyone stops talking for a minute and you're looking out the window and you can feel like and you're just kind of staring off. No one's talking. And then after like 15 seconds of silence, Joey goes, "Did I ever tell you about the time I saw a guy cut open at the Tenderloin in 1979? His stomach split wide open." And I was like, "What?" And I just see the driver's eyes like widen. And I was like, "No." He goes, "Yeah, his blood was brown because he had been bleeding for so long. People just stepped over him. And I saw 2 guys stab each other in the fucking street, 1980, just over nothing. They just stab each other. I almost shit my pants, but then I got used to it." And then you just see the driver's like,
Talking about like he can he can add in. Oh, he almost
Jesus
left
Christ.
him. Dos Anjos is in
Jesus
big
Christ.
trouble.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Oh,
Alvarez
Jesus
is all
fucking
over
Christ.
him.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus. Oh, Jesus
He's
fucking
gonna
Christ.
win.
Jesus
Oh.
fucking Christ. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Jesus. This is fucking tremendous. Look at this.
Oh, he tagged him again.
This is heart against fucking
Oh,
skill,
my
Joe Rogan.
goodness. Oh,
Nothing but
flying
fucking
knee.
heart.
Oh,
Nothing
no.
but fucking
He went
heart.
down like this.
Oh, Jesus.
Side control. Oh,
Yeah,
Alvarez
but he don't
back
know where
up.
he is. He doesn't know
He
where he
doesn't.
is.
Alvarez is back
he
up and he
doesn't know where
takes
he
him
is.
down.
He doesn't know where he is. This is heart against fucking skill. I'm telling you, cocksuckers. I've been waiting for this fucking fight for 3 fucking months. This is what I'm talking about. This is what the fucking problem is.
Look,
with
he's
the
going
UFC.
to the body.
Every once in a while, you run into a brick fucking wall. This guy, Diaz, the fucking, these people are savages.
Oh!
Look at this shit. You gotta kill this motherfucker.
That's it.
It's
That's
fucking
it.
over. There's a new 155. Where's Conor McGregor now? Where's Conor McGregor now? This kid's Philadelphia. You dumb motherfuckers.
Eddie Alvarez.
This is crazy. I told you this was the fight of the fucking year. You fucking momos.
Holy
Stop
shit.
with your bullshit, Brock Lesnar and Mark fucking Hunt. That's
Holy
baby
shit.
stuff compared to this.
God damn
This
it,
is
Eddie
the
Alvarez.
UFC.
God damn, Eddie Alvarez.
I told you I was excited when you
Congratulations.
called me. This is the fucking fight of the year, cocksuckers.
Holy shit, Eddie Alvarez.
Jesus, I got an
Man.
anxiety attack.
He looks fantastic.
That's what I'm fucking talking about.
So I say to him, Joey, how'd you get into podcasting? His response, Chael Sonnen, he wouldn't call me Chael. It was always,
Yeah.
what, Chael Sonnen?
He still calls me Joe Rogan.
I mugged a hooker down in New Jersey and set her wig on fire. And it's like, okay, there's 2 moving parts here. First off, I don't know how that answers my question of how, but now I need to know the story here. So he ties it all together with, he went on something he got an appearance. He told the story of mugging a hooker in New Jersey and setting her wig on fire. And all of a sudden, he blew up overnight. And he goes, yeah, I realized people like those stories. I never knew that I had stories. From the part of the country I'm in and the neighborhood I grew up in, I thought everybody had these stories. He's like, Chael Sonnen, I thought I'd tell you I mug a hooker and light her wig on fire. You go, yeah, well, I mug 10 hookers and let 10 wigs on fire. He's like, I didn't know I had stories.
Well, in L.A., it's a swap meet. In Jersey, they called, what are they called?
Flea market.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Because when I was a
Thank you,
kid,
Jamie.
I used to go to where they used to do the bicycles, whatever, the streetcar races.
Yeah.
And next door to it, they had whatever was called. And you'd go there, and they had pretty much shit that was stolen. It was just a festival, and they charged a table fee because everything was 50% off. Even the sneakers, I remember. And then we found out that the guy would go to the fucking factory and jump over the fence and take all the sneakers that were mistakes. So the irregulars, they would take those and just sell them at those
Swap
flea
meets.
markets, swap meets. And then we found out, we cut into his action. I swear to God, we cut into that action and the Banaka action. Remember those tubes of Banaka?
Breath spray?
They would throw thousands of them out with the little things, like the chemical was off. You start blinking too much. And shit. Like the chemical would be off, then it was pepper spray, like real pepper spray. Like people would spray it, and you see what happened. It's not regular Banaka. What is that, tear gas? It was like the tear gas. And we had the Spanish kid that was half retarded, and we'd make him jump the fence, and we'd have thousands of tubes. And we'd sell them for 50 cents a piece on Monday in the 6th and 7th grade. Hilarious. But there was always 3 kids that complained. There was a little, like the chemical imbalance was all. There's
Then
a
it
girl
became
on Facebook
STDs.
that's friends with me from high school that her pussy wouldn't get wet. So they used to call her the dry hump, Fairview, New Jersey. They used to call her Fairview, New Jersey, the dry
That's so awful.
They also said she had some type of VD, so they called her Lori Jack. You know, like, she's got the jack.
No, what is
remember
that?
AC/DC sang a song.
Oh.
She's got the jack. Jack. So they used to call her name and Jack. Like, that was her name. Like, they just tormented this girl. So I'm like, I got a score here. I got coke. She's got money. I'm going to fuck her. I'm excited. We go back to a hotel. We finally registered. It's like $30. They asked us if we wanted the jacuzzi in the room and shit. It was one of those dirty hotels on Tunley as you go into New York City. We went in there. We walk in, and she goes, "Rule number 1, you are not gonna fuck me." It's 5 a.m. There goes my fucking. There goes this night. And all of a sudden she looks at me. She goes, "Well, if you could guess the color of my panties, I'll fuck you." And I'm like, "Okay, red." And she goes, "They're green, but good enough." We started snorting coke, eating ass. I mean, it was filthy. I woke up at 5 p.m. and Doug Flutie was throwing that quarterback, that touchdown. In 1984 or 83, Doug Flutie, I was waking up. She was naked, ripped apart.
Fuck, Sturgill's band now is fucking is killer. I
Well,
mean,
his music is so hard to pin down.
and I was just listening. It's funny too because we had a falling out recently, and you couldn't find a bigger Sturgill fan than me. I was listening to his record on the way over here, and it's a fucking masterpiece. But he also won't fucking talk to me right now.
What happened?
Well, here's the thing. I don't even mind talking about it, right? In an interview, I said that he was, but this is honestly what I believe. I think he is, and you're going to laugh when I say it, but I swear this is what I fucking believe. I think he's a paid CIA assassin. I'll just let that sink in for a second. I think he's taking motherfuckers out.
And they got this farm, and they had these horses. There was over 100 hours of footage of these people getting fucked by animals. And one guy...
They tape it?
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's a video of it. You can watch it. You want to see?
Absolutely.
Look, things go wrong all the time. You can crawl up on the couch, you can declare yourself a victim, you can give up, or you can recognize that that's just part of life and wake up the next day with a smile on your face and continue to move forward and just do your best. I've told the truth. I think it's really hard to do any damage to somebody who's willing to tell the truth regardless of the consequences, and then I admit mistakes. I think mistakes have a way of so compounding themselves just because people don't acknowledge those mistakes. So given this pitch, all I want to do is just get in the polls that determines who is in the presidential debates. I think that if I'm in the presidential debates, I have an opportunity of actually winning because of this package that you've allowed me to present here today, Joe. Thank you.
That's why the Bad Girls Club show is the greatest thing on TV.
I haven't seen it.
Oh. Bring up a trailer for it. If you're listening, this is going to be good. They just get...
I feel like we talked about this.
8 pieces of garbage, and then they just fucking make them drink and stuff them in a goddamn house for 3 months, and it's they have to go to the hospital for the fights. Dude, fights they've had this year particularly, it goes, I'm over there trying to twerk, and this bitch is like, she's trying to twerk next to me. She's right in my twerk space, and it's like, if a bitch can't twerk like me, you shouldn't even be on the same level. And then it's like having fights like two adults in each other's face. She goes, "Bitch, because you ain't on my twerk level. That's why I'm up in your face, because you ain't on my twerk level."
Tom Cruise, he's like a traveling king, like he's got like many trailers, but he's so you arrive in a situation, you think, right, here are my prejudices about Tom Cruise, all the things I've read, all the things I've heard, go prejudice.
Right.
But like we meet him, he blasted me with such affability and charm that they melted away like ice cones. The pure heat of the man's sweetness. He gave, like on the sort of, it was my birthday during that film, I got a big basket full of yoga related things and stuff like that. These sort of thoughtful presents. He remembers, he shakes your hand, remembers your name, sort of remembers details about you. He was like, he'll bring, if you mention your auntie or something in the conversation, next conversation he'll mention that auntie. I went round his house for dinner. I was really, really late because of that fucking monkey. Actually, it was playing up like he was not working that day. I went round his house. There was when he was married to Katie Holmes, and there was that little famous Tom Cruise. Surrey Cruise was there and all lined up. I went there. I was very, very late, and they'd all eaten, and they goes, "Oh well, do you want to still eat?" I went, "Yeah, no, I will eat." And I had to sat like I'm sat with you now, Joe, opposite Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes and the little darling one. I was fucking eating spaghetti Like, and that's a complicated thing to eat in front of Tom Cruise as well. 'Cause it's long, isn't it? And I was trying to eat that like Lady in the Tramp, shoveling that shit in. And then the next course, I think, was lasagna, which was weird because that's 2 pasta courses. Then I think there was like sort of cupcakes and stuff involved. All the way through it, just sat opposite Tom Cruise talking about communism, which I brought up as a topic, which in retrospect was a mistake.
Why?
Well, because don't bring up communism.
All right, let me ask you this.
I got to pee. Can I pee it in the spring bottle water?
Yeah, just whip your dick out, bro.
Okay.
Guess how
Your
much
dick's
sugar.
not small enough for that. Don't piss all over my
I can do
floor.
it here.
Yeah, you can do it in there. Just cornhole that.
Kombucha.
But we have to go soon anyway because I got to get something.
Less now.
Hold on, let me put the camera near his dick, or the. Go first, folks. That's the first time anybody's peed on the podcast. Don't take a photo of his dick.
It's blocked by
How
the
dare
by
you?
the cup.
How
It's just
dare
of you guys standing
He's taking
there.
a photo of your dick, bro.
What? How dare
Oh, that's
you?
a full kombucha.
I know.
Definitely don't drink that. Are you gonna piss in the pickles too?
I got it. I'm not
Oh,
done.
bro, how'd you cut off stream?
I-
For sure, you're dribbling on my
I
carpet.
pinched it. No, I fully pinched.
You fully pinched.
Fully pinched.
Look at this. Cuck. Jamie pulled up the fucking definition. Is this
Oh,
an
it's
urban
DK. Yeah,
dictionary?
what
This is a better definition, I think, than the one you gave.
Oh, how dare you. A demasculated millennial liberal male who often speaks of white privilege and modern feminism, blames white men for all of the world's problems.
This is the new definition. They're updated
But
now.
there
not
goes
all the definitions
I
you
like
gave me, Joe.
I like this though. There goes Chad again with the megaphone, telling everyone that he's a vegan. What a cuck. Okay, I like that. Do you stay in any way in touch with those kids from back in the day, from the kids that bullied you? Did you ever?
It was actually funny. After the Ultimate Fighter, I got invited out by one of the guys, and just because I think a couple of people I saw one of the guys who was one of the main guys, and he's like, hey, I just saw him walking around downtown Fort Worth, and he's like, why don't we go out here or whatever? I'm like, all right, I'll go. And well, he had actually brought me into the sushi restaurant, and all around the table was most of the people that were, not most, it was probably only like 8 or 10 people, but they were some of the main kids that were at that party when I dressed up and everything.
Wow.
Like, man, if we would have known you were a fighter, or, you could have kicked our butts, then we wouldn't have done that to you. And I'm just like, so I told him I was going to the bathroom and just left. I think that's the only time I've ever done anything like that, but I was like, I can't be around these guys.
And I don't think we should talk about Trump for a long time, but he's got a lot of charisma. Say what you want about the guy, he's got a ton of charisma, and that's
He's got
part
a weird kind of charisma.
Yeah.
He's got like this mean guy charisma where you want him to like you, so you say things like
that you don't even believe.
Yeah, because you want him to like think that you're on his side, so he won't come after you.
Yeah.
It's like a bully charisma.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. But it's charisma nonetheless. Like
Yeah.
that's the thing about stars and movie stars and shit like that. Is like you're watching this guy. You watch Denzel Washington waiting for him to snap. He never does, but you can tell he's gonna. He just doesn't. It's like Robert Downey Jr. I feel like with Robert Downey Jr., you're watching a guy not do cocaine.
Yeah.
He wants to do everything in him wants to do cocaine. So you're watching a guy actively not do cocaine from second to second.
That's such a good analysis.
Yeah,
That's
that you're
so
just
true.
you're just watching this guy, this car accident that never happens.
I know somebody that talked to a cop, and they said that how they started working, and then 11 years later, going into those areas where these things always happen, and after years and years, it just wears on you.
For sure.
And I know from the air, just me growing up in situations, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to go back. I barely go back there, you know? So, but it do give you nerves. Your nerves heighten. It naturally kicks in.
100%.
You know, and like, yeah.
And some people can't handle those nerves.
You learn how to breathe quietly. You don't know, like somebody, you could walk down the street and somebody could pull a pistol out on you. And those things, I've been driving down the street with my ex-lady, and she was talking, and I was like, get down. Because I saw a guy draw on a corner and shoot across the street at another guy.
Oh, Jesus.
And as the gun went up, we drove under the fire, right? But it was long. It was long.
Oh, my God.
Go! And as it went up, we went under.
Oh,
Go! We got the second shot off, and I drove, and I was like, man, that was crazy. Like, I'm that guy. Like, we made it. Like, get up, we made it. That was crazy. And she was like, you gonna call the police? And I was like, for what? And she was like, to tell what happened. And I was like, no. I don't want to be. And that's how crazy it is that you don't even want to be involved because you got to go to the cops. And I ended up calling the police, and they was like, "Can you describe the victim?" I was like, "White T-shirt, blue jeans." That's all I said. And they was like, "Was he black?" And it was just a long pause. It was just a long pause. And they was like, "Sir, is he black?" And I was like, "Man, you know that nigga was black." And then I just hung the phone up. I just hung the phone up, man.
Men do that all the time, right?
I have several of those in my own, not nuclear family, but my family of procreation.
Yes.
So my,
Brutal.
I won't say who, but
Brutal, right?
And here's another thing, that you never admit that you're wrong.
Yeah.
Right? Because admitting that you're wrong makes you lose face.
Mhm.
And that's such a detrimental dynamic to have, right? I mean, you know, I might come home at night and I've had a tough day and I might respond curtly to my dog. I actually will go back and then hug my dog because I have enough self-awareness to realize that I didn't give her enough attention, right?
Mhm.
So I have enough humility to never mind, you know, another human. My dog is just as important to me. And if I responded curtly, I will sort of apologize to her. Yet I've got family members, again, this is not my family of my wife or kids, but the family that I was born into, that have never apologized about anything because they come from a cultural landscape where to apologize to your child, to somebody younger, is to lose face. A parent is always right. And I mean, that might work when you're 2, but when you're both now adults, I think you sort of have to get out of that and realize that we all make mistakes and we all have to own up to them.
Like, I don't want to see me get beat the fuck up. Just Jamie. Jamie showing a video of me about to get my ass kicked by Nick Diaz.
Oh, you get destroyed really fast?
I would imagine if the game's realistic.
Pull it up.
I would
Come on.
imagine I get fucked up.
The people want to see it. Wait, but they might have you, since you're a secret character, they might have you...
I got some bullshit skills.
They might have you juiced up.
It doesn't matter. I got some bullshit
Rogan with
skills.
let's hear because you know I'm super casual fan, so my commentary. No, Rogan with the leg kicks.
I've never heard this before.
Oh, is it? Oh, Rogan with the leg kicks. Rogan got kicked in the face. Oh, Rogan with the kicks. Diaz is backing up. Rogan missed. Rogan got kicked in the chest. Tattoos accurate. Look at that.
And a lot of Scientology training in terms of what it imparts to people is a quality of being direct, being assertive, being confident, being in charge, and being okay with sort of dominating the situations that you're in. It's one of the reasons that I think it appeals a lot to actors, because it works, I think, for people who have any sort of insecurity or who are going into situations of uncertainty, and it allows you to almost reprogram your circuits in some way and be okay about using assertive body language and speech. And it also imparts a sense that you have all the truths necessary to save humanity from itself, not just humanity on Earth, but throughout time and space. And it is your obligation to ensure that those truths are saved for posterity and communicated as widely as possible in a totally unadulterated fashion, because any adulteration of the message means that not only do they not work, they become toxic and dangerous.
Is it good?
I like it.
Let me try some of that.
Give it a go.
What do you do with it?
Just take a little bump, put it under your lip.
A bump?
A little pinch.
Like a cocaine style bump?
No,
I've never done that either.
I'd go less is
that?
more. Yeah, that's plenty for you.
Is that too much?
No, that's good.
Okay, where do you put it?
Just anywhere you put any lip you want.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's gonna start to burn a little bit.
No, I can't get cancer immediately,
I
right?
don't think so. I mean, no, you shouldn't.
I get messages every day from people that lost 100 pounds,
Right.
people that are feeling healthy. The problem is we're dealing with propaganda, and you could do one of two things. You could either just say, well, you know, this is this. I think I swallowed all that tobacco. Yeah, it's all gone.
Oh, shit. That's gross.
Yeah, I was wondering why I'm so hot.
You got tobacco on it?
Look, it's gone.
No, you swallowed it. I don't have it.
Oh, you
It's all
swallowed
gone.
it?
Yeah, I swallowed it.
Attaboy.
I don't know what I'm doing.
All right, chewing, drinking, all right.
Something like that. Like, who the
Didn't
fuck
Chris
knows?
Brown like fuck his underage cousin and then piss on somebody?
No, that was R. Kelly.
Oh.
You're combining like 3 different black people. I don't know who fucked their cousin, but R.
Wait,
Kelly was peeing on people.
Didn't he used to put women to sleep
Allegedly.
and molest them?
No, that's the other guy. That's Bill Cosby.
Oh, got it.
Jesus Christ. Isn't that crazy? Like, what the fuck, man?
I can't tell black people apart. I just realized that.
You confused R. Kelly and Chris Brown.
Is that bad? Are they
They're-
close?
They're off by like 15, 20 years. What if is our age? R. Kelly is he's 49.
And when did he play basketball?
He didn't play basketball. He's a singer. He's a singer.
Got it.
He sets up like the really cheesy anchors to ask him stupid questions.
Yeah.
Like, you had someone do the bird is fat thing.
That was the best one. Because
Yeah.
if you ever, sometimes when you go, hey, ask me about farts or something.
Right.
They'll be like, so they know not to, they check themselves on asking something provocative
Right.
or that's not 100% PG. So I didn't know how it would go, but I go, oh, ask me why bird's so fat. And the lady goes, okay. And then so we just are in the middle of this interview. And she goes, why is Bert so fat? And I was like, that's a good question. Like, I just rolled with it,
And then it grew, and then a hot dog eating champion, a guy that was in the
Oh, my
Nathan's
God.
challenge, didn't he place?
Yeah, he's like he was like a super competitive eater.
Like a Kobayashi dude?
Yes.
This guy.
Oh my
This guy.
God. Look at the size
Can you
of him.
play the audio on this? It's incredible.
Life-changing stuff. I've dropped about 100 pounds in 8 months.
He dropped
so
100
consider this
pounds?
my cheat day for the year. But
Wow.
prepping just
This is
gallons
amazing.
of water.
There you go. Richard
I
Frank.
have two giant inspirations. First, my wife. It's our second anniversary today, so I want to say hi to her. And there's a comedian I love. He's a big, giant, fat guy, just like me, Bert Chrysler. And, if he can do it, I can do it. He's still way bigger than I am, but you know what? Maybe I can inspire him.
Now explain that. Why do you think they did that? Do you think they did that because if they overturn your case, if they can somehow or another
because they don't want to have to
discredit you?
fact check.
But is that it, or is that discrediting you? Like that was a gigantic hit movie. But if they can discredit you, it makes that movie still valuable.
Not only that, it stops me from running for president, don't it, if they can discredit me.
Do you want to run for president?
I thought about it.
Even living in Mexico?
Well,
would you do it from Mexico?
I would have had to have forsaken that. That's why I didn't do it. The
reason why you didn't run for president is because you would have to have forsaken living in Mexico.
I
Let me
would
tell
have
you
had-
something.
I would
Right
have had-
now,
I
you
would-
might fucking win.
I know. I think I could have won. No, the Libertarians contacted me twice to come to their convention. They wanted to nominate me.
Jesse, come back to America.
And
come.
and I chose not to do it because I was up for the campaigning. I was up to taking on the Dems and Repubs. But at this point, at age 65, I wasn't up to do the job for 4 years, where I'd have to end my lifestyle in Mexico. Because people don't realize when you get one of them jobs like president or governor, your freedom leaves that day. You don't have freedom.
We're pressured to get this money, then why aren't we making fucking more? Why, Eric, am I a bartender in addition to a paleontologist, in addition to somebody that's on TV, if I'm making all this big paleo fucking money? If I'm such a shill, okay, yeah. Is that why I'm a month behind on my car payment right now? Is that why I'm trying to scrape together rent? Fuck you.
It's getting aggressive.
Oh, I'm
There are
very
people who
aggressive.
desire
Fuck these
and crave
guys.
prestige, fame, and attention. There is the bandwagon effect and crowd behavior. And then there are people and entities.
Wait,
pursuing
Wait, the bandwagon effect and and crowd behavior, like flat Earth bullshit. Okay,
We're only 7 minutes and 53 seconds into a 29-minute video.
Oh, fuck all.
But I have a feeling. I mean, I don't know for sure, but my guess would be that if you wanted to find people who said, "Yeah, Trump grabbed my pussy," it wouldn't be that fucking hard. It's not like you're looking for Bigfoot. Pretty easy to hunt them down would be my guess, right?
Yeah.
But so it wasn't like a hard thing to do.
It's a breadcrumb trail.
Yeah, very simple, very easy. And so it's like when you realize like that, then you start feeling this weird compassion for him. You're like, my God, even with all his like maliciousness and like weird perviness and stuff, ultimately he's like a fucking bull that got put into a goddamn ring with a matador who's been doing this kind of bullfighting for like 30 fucking years, for better or for worse. And we're watching what we saw last night, I guess.
And what's interesting about it, a big part of what's interesting about it is he came really close to winning. I mean, he's still in the neighborhood of winning.
Right.
Plus or minus 11 points. Or what that means is between now and how many days do we have until the elections? 21 days? Listen, man, a lot of crazy shit can happen in 21 days that can shift people's opinions.
No, but apparently, again, from all the stats. Now, look, man,
Don't say any of that stuff because you don't even know if it's true. They're all just talking on TV, and they're brainwashing all of us to let us think that they know who the fuck's voting. Like, I don't know if she knows how to be just herself.
That's a good point. I mean, my problem with Hillary is purely an operational one. I know that if I had handled, I mean, even in a conservative way, if you look at what she did with the email server and her colleagues, her cohorts did, and you say, okay, it's in a conservative way, I'm looking at how bad it was. If I had done that, I would have been sent to prison. And I know because we had various counterintelligence, operations and else. You're trying to find the leak. You're trying to find the problem. And, you watch people get banged up for less egregious acts than what she's been involved in. So my problem with Hillary is, look, you one set of rules for everybody.
The system is broken in that respect, but given the choices, and when you have a choice between someone who is, for all her flaws, been in the game for long enough to be really well informed and capable of compromise and capable of not just breaking the entire machine, and you have someone who's just kind of stepped off the set of his reality TV show and then lied about everything and elbowed his way, onto your television set and never left because, CNN couldn't figure out how to give the mic to someone else. It's amazing.
Well, he's a product of attention because they realize that there's the heated race. Right? The heated race, this guy was really famous. And in a heated race, this guy would say some crazy stuff, and so they would tune into him. So everybody had to tune into him. So because of him saying crazy stuff, he accelerated the amount they were talking about him. So they were constantly talking about him and barely talking about other people.
But he's created a wormhole in our political process now where there's nothing so crazy that could disqualify him among the people who like him now. So he can just keep, just like nuclear bombs of craziness that the press can't ignore, that every time they think, okay, this is the crazy thing he said that's going to harm his candidacy, so let's shine a light on it, it just helps him. He could get on Twitter right now and say, you know who I'd like to fuck? I'd like to fuck Nicki Minaj. And it would work for him. It would work for him. You would see a tweet storm of 1 billion people who say, "I'd like to fuck Nicki Minaj too." Or like, "Go get her," and it's insanity. That's where we are.
When people said I was a Trump supporter, what they meant was they may have only seen part of what I was talking about. I was writing about his skill as a persuader, and what I mean is that I noticed in him the skills that I've developed over decades for persuasion, but at a higher level than I've ever seen, meaning that he's the most persuasive living human I've ever experienced.
Who's the winner of this election?
Yeah, it looks like Trump kind of kicked her ass. It's astounding.
It's pretty fucking weird.
What's that?
I blame reality.
It's 264 to 215 right now.
Does this feel weird?
Donald Trump.
This is
the
weird,
man
right?
in the corner.
I feel like
the
we
let
you down because Trump won.
Huh?
The crowd went weird on us, like
No one
we're
knows yet.
responsible.
What a night.
Such a beautiful night.
That was probably the most fun I've ever had on a podcast. I've said that before because we've had some fun ones together.
Oh yeah.
But that one might have topped it off. I don't think I've ever laughed any harder. Like Burr had me laughing harder than, it's just as hard as you can laugh.
And at the end of it, 1:30 in the morning, Trump tweets him. At 1:30 in the morning, little Jon Stewart is a pussy. And would be hopeless in a debate with me. I wouldn't even do that.
I'll be the... Dude, that means he was walking around talking to himself.
Yes!
They debriefed him for the next presidential thing, and he goes, all right, I will see you later. And he closed the door. He's walking around in his gold-toed socks in his fucking hotel room. Fucking little... jerk off and say, I'm a fucking asshole? This fucking guy. He had probably some woman there going, Donald, don't go on the internet. Don't go on the internet. Fuck this. Fuck this shit. I'm not taking this shit from him. It's fucking liberal media. I'm fucking tweeting this thing out there. Fuck you. He probably like pressed it all down.
I think we just violated the new laws.
This is like that Hillary commercial where they have the little kids watching politics. I'm like, that's bullshit. Little kids don't watch politics. There you go.
It's all about the future.
I'm not comfortable with this. I'm not comfortable with what we're doing.
Trump's winning New Hampshire. Hillary's winning Virginia.
Really?
And there's a little kid here.
Yeah, somebody decided it was a good idea. I think that's totally illegal, right? Like, you can't have a fucking baby on stage while people are talking about eating fake pussies.
That was before.
I don't want to be responsible for that shit. I didn't. But if the kid was in the fucking building.
Before. Will you shut up? By the way, dude, the elk's been delicious.
Thank you. How do you like it?
I made this American chop suey with it, and my wife gave a fucking bad review before anybody even tasted it, and everybody just said, fuck it. Like, she goes, it looks like Hamburger Helper. I've been chowing it for like 4 days. Like, out of respect for that fucking elk that you shot. It's like, I'm eating all this shit. I don't care if it's fucking bad.
Does it make you more aggressive?
What?
Elk.
No, Joe, you fucking lunatic. Somebody gets in my face, that might cause me to get more lunatic. I eat a little bit of protein. You had to beat the fuck out of people for like 3 decades before you could like chill, smoke a little weed, put on your Little Rascals hat, and just fucking chill out.
Can I say that? Have you heard that study about, like, you know how they tried to figure out, like, if everybody, they always say, like, anybody can be president of the United States, right? Like, everybody in America has the same opportunities. But what they found is that some people have one opportunity and other people have many opportunities. And that's the difference.
So are you saying the world isn't fair?
But you're saying... Yes, of course. No, but you're saying...
I would have been a mark. Like a molester's wet dream. Molesters must have... I remember watching a kid get molested one time.
Oh, no.
Not like molested, but like it was definitely an assault.
Boom, and we're live.
Let's go, champ.
The champ.
Let's go, champ.
If you said anything else other than "Let's go, champ" as the first thing you said in the podcast, it would be a giant disappointment.
We had to start it off right. It's the champ, Shannon the Cannon. Let's go, champ. By the way, pleasure meeting you finally.
Pleasure meeting you too, man.
You too as well, champ. Let's go, champ. I appreciate this. So much positivity's happening right now, champ, all around the world. People saying, let's go, champ.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine it, champ. I wanted to commit suicide. And now I'm walking everywhere I go. People going, champ, champ. And this is a sign that I'm back.
You're back.
I'm back.
Let's go, champ.
Let's go, champ.
Thank you, everybody. That was beautiful.
Thank you, champ.
So I didn't expect any support from my colleagues. And it isn't that I don't care if I got it, but it's in some sense it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant to me because my goal was, I'm not saying those goddamn pronouns. And the reason I'm not saying them is because they're made up by left-wing ideologues. And I don't like left-wing ideology. I don't like ideology, period. And I know where corruption of speech leads. And I'm not going there.
So let's just talk about what happened. You tested positive for some estrogen inhibitors.
Yeah, estrogen blockers.
Estrogen blockers that a lot of people associate with people who take steroids.
We're talking about John. This whole thing's going on with John based on a test that took place on June 16th. The reason that's relevant, when I went through my thing, he tested positive for some estrogen blockers. Those don't really have anything to do with anything. They don't help they're silly.
I think you might have just revealed something.
Yeah, he tested positive for 2 estrogen blockers.
Yeah, but you just no one else knew that.
There you go. I'm revealing it.
How dare you?
Yeah,
you broke personal information.
That's what we're doing here, though, right?
Wow, but this is like the only way that anybody could find that out is if you talked about it.
Boom, it's out there, right? Isn't that what we're doing here? Aren't we creating some news? It's a big news day.
Basically,
what did you take?
So I took an off-brand Cialis pill.
Off-brand.
It wasn't actual Cialis, but it was described to me as being a Cialis, and so I thought it was a Cialis, and I just took it.
Chael P. Sonnen leaked the information during my last podcast, so it's out.
I was going to say...
Chael has leaked out information that could be...
Is it what he said to me out there?
I know nothing.
I didn't hear anything. I wasn't even here. I don't know what you're talking about.
Honestly, I'm in a weird position because I don't think anybody's supposed to be talking about the medical results until it gets released. I don't know how it works. I really don't. I'm going to plead ignorance.
Right.
I'll plead ignorance all day. It's my middle name, I think.
He probably took boner pills because they have all that shit in them. Boner pills have steroids in them.
Why do you have a boner pill in your hand? What's happening right now?
Because I just found Joe's gas station over here. It has the best. I've never seen these
Brian
rhinoceroses.
is known for his love of the boner pill. He is what you would call a boner pill connoisseur. He's actually read blogs about boner pills and directed me to reviews of boner pills.
I'm terrified.
But these things have steroids in them. They have a bunch of stuff. And if you party, wasn't the last thing he got busted for cocaine or something? If you do cocaine, a lot of guys take these because you can get hard off of having cocaine. And so if he takes boner pills, then he's going to be tested for steroids.
I think this is a little too much speculation for a person who I deeply respect.
No, I didn't think I got lucky. I thought that you failed drug tests when you're doing sketchy shit.
Right, but didn't you think there might be some sketchy shit? Some Chinese gas station rhino dick pill?
What do you know about the rhinos?
My friend Brian called it. He was on the podcast. He said, John likes to party. I bet he took one of them dick pills.
No, that's funny.
He called it.
Yeah. Well, he was on.